Hello. Hello, good afternoon. Yes. We're expecting about 5,000 students here. So tell your colleagues, tell your friends who are in level 400 to sign up. And I know we are about 270 of us are online. So those online, tell your colleagues to join us. And those seated here, can you come in front? There's a lot of space in front so that those who come late can fill the back seats. So can we come in front, please? You are in level 400. Make yourself visible. That's one thing to do when you're in level 400. Because you are going to look for jobs and things. So you should be very visible to any employer. And one way to be visible is to sit in front so that it's easy for us to see you and employ you. So those at the back, can you please come in front for us? Quickly. Oh, those at my left side. They are still sitting behind. Come in front for me. The guys sitting behind. I mean, the front seats are also for you. So you can also sit at the front seat. Okay. Thank you very much. So this is level 400 onboarding. You are all going to do your national service, or most of you seated here are thinking of doing national service, if not all. In fact, all of you here should be doing national service. So my name is Edwina. I'm from the Careers and Counseling Directorate. And I'm just here to introduce my boss to you. So she's Dr. Gladys Setoji. She's going to give us a little tip on preparing for national service, what you should know. So Dr. Gladys Setoji is the head of the Career Development Unit at the Careers and Counseling Directorate. She's a senior counselor and also a clinical psychologist. How many of us have visited our office before? For even attachment letter? Or you've gone, how many of you have taken an attachment letter so far? How many of us have done internship before? Hey, those who didn't raise up their hands, you've not done internship before. Level 400. Okay, it's never too late. So let's clap for Dr. Setoji as she comes up. She's going to give us preparing for national service, what you should know. Please ask her all the questions you can ask her after her presentation. Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon to you all. I trust you are doing wonderfully well. And this afternoon, we are onboarding. It's a transition from school to experiencing how work is. And so we are going to have a very little conversation about it. But before I go on, I would want you to turn to the person on your left or your right and just ask them their name. Their name, what course they are reading, where do they see themselves in the next 5 years. You never know, you might walk into a boardroom in the next 4 years and it will be this person sitting there. So get to know someone, exchange some numbers. Okay. So now we are looking on why national service matters. Why does it matter? It matters because it is mandatory. The government of our country expects of us that after our graduate studies, we go on a 1-year mandatory national service. And so it's expected of us to go. Don't think you will outsmart the system by choosing not to go. It's just in a couple of years, you'll be due for a director position. They will go through the system to check whether you went on national service or not, and that will be the decider, whether you get that job or not. So it's mandatory. And then also it bridges the classroom and the world of work. Now, all the theories you've learned in the classroom, you are now bringing it into the world of work to test those theories in the real world and to see how it works. And so it brings learning from the classroom into the real world of work. And it's also an opportunity to develop some employability skills. Now in career counseling, we call something adaptability. You studied geography, the skills you studied in geography, if you have to work in the bank, can you bring those skills to work in the bank? If you have to work in the hospital, those skills you acquired from the geography or the psychology class, can you bring it to bear in HR? So those skills, how adaptable are those skills you've acquired? And so it helps you to build employability skills and also to make you marketable. It helps you to know how real work is. On campus, you wake up in the morning, you bath, and then you are off to lectures. But now in the real world of work, how are the dynamics going on there? What skills? How do you talk in the professional environment? And so it's very, very important. It helps you to clarify your career interests. You've always thought, oh, I want to work in this industry, until you got there and realized that no, the way the work is in this environment, I don't think I want to be a banker. I would rather be a psychologist than be a banker. So it helps you to clarify your interests and build professional network as well. And so before you go, wherever you are posted, research on that organization and understand the industry, how does it work, and set personal learning goals. What are the goals you have for yourself? In the next 3 years, where do you want to see yourself? If you don't know where you are going, even when you get missing, you don't know you are missing. And that is why you have to set personal goals for your own career. A few years ago, almost 2 decades and a half ago, I was sitting where you are sitting. So soon, it's 25 years now. So if you don't have any plan for your life, you will be surprised how time will go and move so fast. So have a goal and basic workplace etiquette. We are different generations and we all work differently, though we all want to achieve the same goal. This, how you answer phone calls, how you introduce yourself, They are all etiquette you have to learn. You can't pick the call, you don't know who is online, and you pick the phone and say, Charlie, what's up? What's up? Is it your colleague? Is it your friend? This is a professional environment. So how do you pick calls? How do you introduce yourself? And what to even say? Those etiquettes are very important. You don't just pick the phone and just start sending, hi boss, how far? How you day? To your boss. It's important you know the etiquette in the work environment and the structure as well. Be punctual and reliable. You don't go to work late and expect that you will be treated well. Let me give you a story. I heard one person share. He owns a business, and 3 students came to his office to do internship. And when they came, there were 2 gentlemen and 1 lady. The lady distinguished herself, would come to work on time, will communicate on time, her reports are on time, and the gentlemen decide to come to work when they want, they report late and all of that. When he complained, the gentleman said, why are you complaining? Is this not just internship? And so the owner of the business reported them to their university that if this is how your students will behave, don't send us students again. Then they came to the owner of the company to attack him that how dare he send information back to their university. It's ordinary internship. But guess what? The girl got an opportunity, the lady amongst them got an opportunity again to intern with them, made her do their national service with them, and offered her an employment. So while she was in school, she already had a job. Be punctual. If you are punctual, do you know what it means? It means that you respect the person you are working with. You respect your own self and you respect time. And so by the time you realize, they give you that respect because you have also shown respect. So be punctual. Dress appropriately. We all know the dressing we take to the beach, and we know the dressing we take to the office. You can't confuse the two. You can't go to the office dressed as if you are going to the beach. Even if it's 2 shirts you have, make sure that they are clean, well ironed, and they smell fresh. And you don't need expensive perfumes to smell fresh. Ordinary lemon or lime, rubbing it on yourself, take a bath, and then you are smelling fresh. Apply pomade, look well, cut your hair if you have to, whatever hairstyle you have, make sure it's neat. Present yourself as someone who respects yourself. Our ladies, it's a professional environment, so cover up. Make sure you are well covered and you don't dress in sexually suggestive or provocative manner. It's a professional environment, so make sure you look good. Respect your supervisors and colleagues. Learn to be respectful. There are some language and how you speak. From now going, you have to start refining the way you speak. You are now gradually becoming a graduate. And the school you've gone through should have impact on the way you carry yourself. And so be respectful to your supervisors, to your colleagues. Be civil. The way you talk to people and the way you engage with people. Maintain confidentiality. There are things that are meant for the office. And if it is information governing how the office work, know that it's not everywhere you go and share that information. Assuming you are a bank teller, you don't go home and say, hey, that man over there, do you know how much he has in his account? Tomorrow he's attacked by armed robbers and you caused it. And so know what to share and what not to share about work, and demonstrate responsibility. Ask, what else can I do? Is there something I can do to support? Ask questions, be proactive, go the extra mile and do things. That is how you get to be seen. And that is how, when opportunities are in, you will be invited for that opportunity. When we finished Legon, I had a friend. I told her that her story, I would be using it to encourage my students, and she gave me her consent. When we finished Legon, we were all trying to look for a job. So she got a job with an organization as an intern. Work will start at 8, by 7 she's at work. Work will close at 4, still at 5, she will be at work looking and checking if there is something extra she could do to help. One day the director of the organization said, we don't employ first degree holders because it's a research institution. We employ master's students. But the way you've distinguished yourself, we will give you scholarship to do your master's and come and work with us. So they financed and sponsored her master's. She finished, she went back. They sent her to the Netherlands to study, to Ohio State University in the USA. They sent her to South Africa to study. And as we speak, she is in the US working. These little opportunities coming your way, don't undermine them. Look at it as a big opportunity to distinguish yourself, because you never know where it will end you tomorrow. And so don't just wake up and wear any slippers or anything and enter the office environment and be dragging your feet and be so disrespectful. And our phone manners. When people are talking to you and you are on your phone, what you are saying is that I don't respect you. And imagine you talking to someone and the person is on their phones. How would you feel? Learn to put the phone down when you go to the work environment, and learn to engage with people looking into their eyes. It's very, very important. Nothing will happen if you put the phone down. Nothing will happen. Nobody will die. The world will be there. So learn to put the phone down, and when it is work, it is work. So some important skills you need to build is communication skills. Your choice of words in the work environment. Assuming I say I can't do it due to my time I have to go to home or close and go to home or go to the house, as opposed to say, sir, I am unable to do this right now because the time of closing, which one is better? I can't do it. I'm unable to do it. So the language, the professional language you use in communicating is very, very important. And so when you go to the world of work, learn the culture of that environment and how they engage. Teamwork, how you play in a team. You've been given your role, your responsibility. Do it. Stop the excuses. Do it. Problem-solving skills. It's very, very important. There was a research that says that generation, the younger generation, they do better in cognitive skills than the previous generation. But recent research is saying that this generation, the previous generation, is doing far better in terms of cognitive resources than the previous generation. Why? Why do you think so? You should be doing better than us when it comes to cognitive skills, but some way, somehow, we are doing better than you when it comes to cognitive skills. That's why the MIT research is saying. Why do you think so? Anyone to tell us? I'll give you chewing gum as your gift. Okay, chocolate. Yes. Exactly. Because of the AI. So we don't do a lot of critical thinking. And so our brains, they've gone to sleep. We are not using it anymore. We are not coming up as creative problem solvers. And I tell you, whether you are starting your own business or you are going to work with somebody, you should be a problem solver. You should know how to creatively solve problems. Your time management paradigm, how you manage time. And remember, the phone takes a lot of time. And so if your phone management skills is poor, you will always have problems with your time. Adaptability, we've talked about it, and emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence. It's very, very important. Being self-aware of your own emotions and learning how to manage your emotions and when to communicate and not be driven by your emotions and being the hero. Your friends are feeding your ego, so you think you are the boss. You go, boss, the way you talked to us today, we didn't like it at all. They will hang you. When the West come to the West, they will say, no, we didn't know. No, boss, the way you talk, we didn't say, we didn't like it. So be careful. We are encouraging you to be assertive, to speak your mind, but we also want you to do it being emotional, with some emotional intelligence. Not just being carried away by your emotions and start going and firing emails to directors when your line manager is there, you've not reported, then you move ahead and then you send email to the regional head. And then they ask you, is your line manager aware? You say no. And it's because you know how to write good English, ChatGPT English. So you just start firing emails anyhow. That is not appropriate. Okay. And so, when you get there, introduce yourself confidently. You've been through university education is an indication that you are very intelligent. And so learn to be confident in yourself and in your skills. Be respectful. We've talked about that already. Ask questions and show interest. Ask questions. If you don't have any question to ask them, so please, where is the eating area? Where do we rest? Ask questions. Ask intelligent questions. And that is how you attract people's attention. Ask. Don't go and sit behind your desk and be eating and be chewing gum and be drinking juice and be messing up the place where there is a kitchen for you to eat. Ask questions and ask intelligent one as well. Seek mentorship. Is an opportunity for you to be mentored, and look out for a professional network. That said, also be careful not to give any sexual favors. Nobody should tell you, oh, if you could meet me in a hotel somewhere, your next position is assured, and then you feel obliged to do that. No, you are there to do national service and not to give sexual favors. And if you feel sexually harassed, the Careers and Counseling Directorate is there. you can come and talk. The Academic Affairs Directorate is there. You can come and engage, and we will come and support you. So please make sure you distinguish yourself, but that does not mean that you should be taking advantage of at the workplace. If you have challenges, ask for clarification if you are unsure. Accept feedback positively, manage your stress and your deadlines, observe, use your skill of observation very well. Observe the room, check the dynamics going on around you. Observe intelligently, it's very important, and maintain professionalism. Keep a journal for learning so that everything you are doing, you are writing them up, because you will need to put it on your CV. If you come up with any idea and the company is able to buy it, write it down as your achievement. You will put it in your CV. And so keep learning, reflect on the skills you are gaining. How are you going to use those skills? And as I've said, document your achievements. Identify your own strength and things you can do on your strength that will help you to gain some growth. After the national service, request for a recommendation letter, update your CV, the professional contact you've had, maintain it, and then your career goals. I keep asking you, where do you want to see yourself in the next 3 years? You'll be surprised how 3 years come so fast. So have career goals and be reflecting on it. And any lessons you've learned, how are you going to apply these lessons in the future? On that note, I say thank you. And if you have any questions, I will answer them. Thank you. Any questions? Okay. On that note, I say thank you very much, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Dr. Setoji. As Doctor elaborated earlier, if you have any issues, feel free to go to the Careers and Counseling Directorate for assistance. We'll now hand over to the National Service Secretariat. I'll first call on the Director of Deployment, Mr. Chinebo Akodia. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Good afternoon. We're rather expecting a large crowd here today, but it's unfortunate this is the number we have. That notwithstanding, we will still deliver our mandate. That is the purpose for which we are here today. So I will introduce the team to you who will be doing the presentation. Right. So we have our Deputy Director General for Finance and Administration, Honorable Fuseni Donko. Then we have Colonel Moses Bengu, who is also our Deputy Director General responsible for Programs and Operations. Myself, I'm Yao Chinebo Akodia, Head of Deployment. So I will leave the podium for the Deputy Director General for Operations to take you through the first presentation. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I can't hear you. Is it that we are hungry or we are absent-minded? Good afternoon. This side, good afternoon. Good afternoon. How are we? Good. So, this afternoon we are here on a very simple mission, and I'm sure you know why. I'm a bit disappointed because of the numbers. UG, in fact, people should have been standing outside, and this part of the hall filled up, but unfortunately, this is what we have. Within the period that we have been doing the orientation, I think this is the least attended session of the orientation. And let me state it clear that the orientation is very, very, very important as you take another step in your career. Last year, we had a lot of issues pertaining to registration for national service. And I'm sure your colleagues who are doing national service currently will tell you. They went through a lot. Some of them could not register. I don't expect that you will be part of that group because it will mean that you will not be able to register to undertake national service this year. If you fail to meet the criteria or if you don't follow the right procedure or rules. And that is why this year we've decided that we want to do this orientation in person. So for the past 2 to 3 months, this is what we have been doing across the country. All tertiary institutions we've gone. I think this is the last university I think there's one outstanding one, but I don't think that is possible. So whatever we are going to tell you today or now is very important, and you have to take notes so that when the portal is ready, you will not have issues with registration, because at that time you'll be alone and nobody will listen to you. Our office is not meant for you to come and correct your data mismatch. So whatever information we are giving you today, you have to take all the necessary steps to make sure that you do what is required of you. And don't run to our office to come that, I have issues with my Ghana card. No. It's National Service Head Office, not National Identification Authority. So whatever we are going to tell you today, please take it seriously. I think Madam told you the concept of national service already. It is mandatory and it's for a period of 1 year. We have 12 months in a year. I know some of you have the misconception that, if I do 6 months, half of the year, I'm qualified for a certificate. It's a lie. The Act says that it is mandatory for you for a period of 1 year. We have 12 months in a year. So if you do 9 months, you are not even qualified. However, the 11th month, you are done with national service, and then the 12 months is your leave period. So that one, you take it. You will not go to work, but you will still be paid. You will still get your allowances. So take note of that. And don't go and start national service after 6 months, and then you abandon the service and say that, I did 6 months and I'm qualified for national service certificate. You will not get. I can assure you of that. The second thing is that you know that there's a gap in all the institutions in this country. That is the reason why you are mandated to undertake national service. You seated here, having gone through 4 years university training, you are capable of filling that gap. So you have to give back to society. So you undertake national service for a period of 1 year to fill that gap. Some of you seated here, I'm sure that has not been the fact that national service personnel intervene in your education along the period. I'm not sure you would have been here. I am one of them. And I'm always proud that, and I'm happy that national service is still in progress, because I am a beneficiary of national service. Because service personnel or personnel taught me in my elementary days. So it's very important. So you are very important stakeholder in national service. So we are not taking it kindly at all. We have just little time, so I'm not going to go through all what we have been doing. We'll go straight to the point, and then you know already that we need to mobilize and deploy all final years or people who are qualified, Ghanaian citizens who are qualified to undertake national service, who have completed tertiary education. You are eligible to undertake national service. And it is mandatory. It is not voluntary. Okay? And you have to bridge the gap, like I said. And you have to be good ambassadors of national service. Don't go to your workspace and exhibit bad character, because our eyes are on you. And anything that you do wrong there, it comes back to us at the National Service Authority. So please, I've gone through the university for 4 years without a bad conduct. Don't go and exhibit bad conduct wherever we post you. Not wherever you will go. Wherever we post you, we have to post you. You have no choice. So, in order to do that, take note of these critical things. First of all, the arrangement of your names. What is in the school? If your name is Kofi Mensah Bonsu, that is what the school will send to us. If your Ghana card is Kofi Mensah, then you are not the same person. Do you agree with me? Because the school knows you as Kofi Mensah Bonsu. But your Ghana card says that you are Kofi Mensah, so you are two different human beings. The system will not allow you to register. Okay? So if you have that problem, the time is now. Go to NIA, correct it, because you don't do that at our place. If you go and get affidavit, gazette, and take it to NIA, don't bring those documents to our office that I am coming to correct my name. No, we don't do name correction at National Service Authority. So go and correct it to reflect what is in the school data, and you are good to go. Same applies to your date of birth. If you were born on the 4th of March 1914, that is what the school knows. If your Ghana card reads that you were born on the 4th of March 2004, you are not the same person. There's a discrepancy, and what you need to do is to correct it. So you can either correct that from your school data or to tally with what is on your Ghana card. Both must match. If there's a mismatch, my brother, my sister, you have challenge to register. So you have to take in the effort to make sure that the data that the school will submit will be the same that you have on your Ghana card. If you go through that, you do not have a problem. You register seamlessly. It takes you a minimum of 5 minutes and you are done. You only go beyond that when you have issues and you'll be making calls. Or you walk to our office and we'll direct you back to the university, or you go to NIA. Okay? And postings is going to be on course alignment. You read human resources and you want me to post you to NPA. What are you going to do at NPA? Okay? I'm not saying that human resources, you are not eligible to work at NPA. But your course would tell us where we have to send you. Because if I send you to NPA, what about the one who read petrochemical engineering? Where do I send that person? So your postings will be based on course alignment. I've seen a lot of flyers moving around, special postings. They've cloned our page don't fall victim to it, because a lot of people fell victim last year. They've cloned our page and they are advertising special postings. I will send it to MPA. I will send it to Gapoha. Don't fall victim. And I know why I'm sounding this word of caution. If I get you, and I know I'll get you, because last year I got some people, and I'll get you. Don't fall victim. They will collect your money and chop. Don't pay money to anybody to do postings for you. You are supposed to be posted. Allow us to post you to do your service for 1 year. If you go and pay money and you want to go to GRA, you will chase that person and you will never get your money, because you are as guilty as the person who took the money. And when I get you, I will squeeze you. So don't pay money. Don't go and worry your parents that they should give you money to go and do reposts. They've suffered to take care of you for 4 years in the university. Very soon, some of you, if only some of you are not already parents. When you become a parent, you appreciate your parents. To take care of you for 4 years in the university is not easy. So don't go and worry them. Go and do your national service where we post you to. And don't go and pay money to anybody. Please. At this juncture, we are friends. But when we get there, we are not friends. So let's take note of that. Okay? So I said that your postings will be based on course alignment. I'm not saying that if you read petrochemical engineering, you cannot go to Gapoha or MP, but you have the opportunity. We will consider that. Now, this year, as much as possible, we are going to avoid repostings. We have a particular category of people that we do repostings without blinking an eye. One, people living with disability. It's non-negotiable. We'll post you to where you want. Okay? Breastfeeding and lactating mothers. I have not seen one here yet. And don't come and tell me that, oh, I envisage that in 6 months' time. You are not there yet, so please. Pregnant women. I have not seen one yet here too. So don't come and tell me that in 2 months' time I will be pregnant and I want you to post you here. No. As of now, you are not. So we'll send you to wherever we think that you are fit for purpose. So if you have plans of getting pregnant right after school, it is your business. That one doesn't come to us. We will post you. But if you decide that that is the process, and along the line where you are not deployed, and you come with enough evidence, we will not want to separate you from your husband. So we'll post you there. As for the young men looking around and laughing, you don't fall in this category. So don't come and worry us. If your wife is pregnant, you have not, the law, it has not gone through. There's no paternity leave. So please, I beg you, stay wherever you are supposed to go. But for the men, we don't have problems with you guys, because me, when I was posted, I just picked my bag and I asked, where is this place? They say, this is the station. I went there straight. You are very privileged and lucky, because everything that you are doing is on this one, on the phone. You sit in the comfort of your room and then you do everything. You on board, you register, you get your PIN. The only time you are expected to move is when you are going to do the, that is all. But you are done, you do everything here. Our time, it wasn't like that. You walk there. And when they release the postings, you go to the notice board with a rule and pen. Then you check, my surname starts with K. You look for K to the place and put the rule there. The reason why I do that is so that you don't miss where you are sent. Then you trace to the place. Saboba Chiripone, then you take your bag. Okay? Because there was nothing that you could do about it. That's why I'm saying that you are privileged. And you are very fortunate. Because everything is done here. And people even come and tell us their issues that we are able to repost. Those days, there was nothing like a portal that you even indicate that you have a physical disability, no, or you are pregnant. You have to walk there with your stomach like this for them to consider you. And don't behave like one lady last year who came to my office with a baby. And the baby started crying, and I requested that she should breastfeed the baby, and she couldn't breastfeed the baby because that wasn't her child. So when push came to push, I asked her, "Oh, madam, why are you not feed?" So this one is, I have to be honest, it's not my child because there was no breast milk. It's my sister's child. Don't come there with your sisters, your mothers, and your grandmother's children. We will know because you will stay there for a long time and the child will start crying and you'll be exposed. So please, don't do that. But if you have a genuine concern, please come forward. We'll look at it and then we'll see what we can do for you. Okay? And I said that this 1 year period of your national service, that is when you acquire practical skills. Because you are fresh graduates, apart from those who were working before they came to the university, you are fresh graduates. So use it as a period that you can acquire skills. That's why it is important for you to go to a place of your study so that you can continue. And when you write your CV that you are seeking employment, you can state that, oh, I did my national service at NPA because I read petrochemical engineering. You have that 1 year practical experience. Okay? Don't be looking for juicy places that, oh, I hear this place when you go. Do you know that there are some institutions when you go there for your national service, unless after 1 year they will not employ you? Are you aware of that? So if I were you and I have intentions of working at one particular place, I would rather go to the other side, and then when I'm done with my national service, I apply and go there. So please, don't be fixated about some institutions. It is not as cozy as you think. Accra is choke. You are in Accra here, all of you, Legon. Accommodation is a hell. And you know, I don't need to belabor the point. Your allowance is 715, even though we are praying and pushing that it will start with you. We are praying, I'm not saying with the resources that you have. If you are from a rich family and you think that you can get an apartment at Trasaco, fair enough. The allowance is nothing to you. You can get an apartment there and you go. But if you are more brother like me, please look for some place that even you can get accommodation free, and that at the end of every week the chief and opinion leaders will bring you rice and yam, and you can prepare and eat. And you can save the 715 and send some to your siblings. Okay? So don't be looking for places, NPA, Gapoha, Ghana Gas, no. So that is that. Now, deferment. You are permitted to defer your national service based on cogent reasons. If you have an issue, maybe you have gotten admission for further studies and you think that you cannot defer the course and you want to defer your national service, you can defer for only 5 years. And that one you have to write to the Director General of National Service, stating your reasons with evidence. Maybe you are hospitalized and you cannot start the national service. You write to the Director General stating the reasons why you cannot do the national service. But it's for a period of 5 years. Mind you, if you completed university last year and you think that you want to wait until you are 40 years, we'll look at the period or the time that you completed national service. If you apply, we'll reject it. Because at the time that you completed, you were not 40 years. Do you understand what I'm saying? So please, and the National Service Certificate is one of the fundamental documents for employment. Ask anybody. If you apply for a job with your university degree and you do not add the National Service Certificate, I bet you they will not pick you. It's a requirement. People have been coming to our office every day. If you have done national service, we will get it for you. But if you have not done national service, there is no way we can, because your number, your NSS number, is a unique one that can be verified. So if you give it somebody's own, when they verify, somebody's name will appear. So it's not possible. So you have already gone through school, you have that kind of school life, still you use that period to do the national service and pack it and move forward. Don't go and look for a job, and now when they are looking for national service certificate, you can't get it. And it will be difficult for you to come back and do national service again whilst you are being employed. So please, make good use of this opportunity within the period. And the other thing is that the school, I don't know, the school staff, the staff, they are not even here. Academic affairs. This one is going to you. I don't know whether they have loaded the list. Okay, so if you have loaded the list, then this one, maybe when you go back, go and look at it again. But this year, we are not taking supplementary list. Yesterday, I had an issue with one registrar on this thing, because my disappointment was that I went to that school and I was categorical that this year we are not taking supplementary list. Make sure that if you have 15,000 students, upload 15,000 students. We will give you the opportunity to edit it. To edit doesn't mean that you add. Maybe along the line, somebody's name spelling was wrong. So maybe the name ends with H and then mistakenly the H wasn't added. You are permitted to add the H. But you cannot upload 15,000 names and tell me that, 200 of them were left, so you want to add the 200. It is unacceptable. Previously, we were accepting, but this year, we are not accepting supplementary lists. Last year, Lagos sent more than 7 supplementary lists to us. 7. And sometimes only 2. 2 students. So this year, no supplementary list. So if you fail to submit your students the list, ladies and gentlemen, don't blame National Service. Blame your school authorities. So if your name is not part of that one, go to them. They failed to send your name to us. And like I said from the beginning, we do not correct data mismatch. If the university sends your name to us, that is what we are going to work. We have no role to change your name or your date of birth. If they accept to correct it for you, we have no problem, because they know you. But we will have no responsibility to change your name, to add a name, to change your date of birth. No. So that tomorrow when you sue us, they will say that this is not what you sent to us. The university will say, this is not what we sent to you. So please, when a stone is coming, everybody is protecting his head. So we cannot come and protect the head of the university and leave our heads, and the thing will come and smash our heads. So we'll send the responsibility back to the university to do the right thing. And that is what informed us as management to say that this year, supplementary list is ruled out. And you, the students, the onus lies on you to make sure that whatever is being submitted is your name and your details. So you have the responsibility to go and check what is there and make sure that that is how your name was captured. So please, this is very, very, very important. It's very important. And if you play with this one, I can assure you that you will not be able to do your national service. Because the system, there is no human involvement. You will register and we will get it. But if you are unable to register, then what happens? It means that you cannot do national service. And we will post you based on your registration. So please, take note of that and don't fall prey to it. So because the school, they have uploaded the list already, the others, I'm not going to talk about it. And what you need to know at this juncture on this I've told you. The last thing that I want to talk about is the basic military training for you. Those who are just about to finish were supposed to undertake the training, which was voluntary. Your time is mandatory. So please, I like your responses. It means you are happy and willing to undertake the training. It is only in Legon that I'm seeing this response. I like the response. So please, get ready. There are two things. Either you go for the training before you report to your place, or you report and then you subsequently go for the training and then you return to your institution. And mind you, the training period is supposed to be part of your national service. Okay? The training period is supposed to be part of your national service. So when we post you to local government ministry, you either go and report at the local government ministry, and when it's time for your training, we'll recall you from the ministry and you go for the training. 5 weeks, just 5 weeks, 5 weeks. You go for the training and come back to local government and continue with your national service. Is that okay? It is not long, it's just 5 weeks. If you have done 4 years, 5 weeks is nothing. And it's not strenuous. The training program has been designed in such a way that it is just going to be like the university. See the way you are seated. The facilitators will come and give you lectures on security, you understand, other things. Then after that, you go and take lunch and you go and sleep. So please, it's not tedious.
Before they say you see them.
It's not strenuous at all. You only do small physical training, small physical training, small obstacle crossing, small weapon handling, everything small, because the period is very short. 5 weeks, we can't do anything, you understand? 5 weeks is just small. If you go to the military academy, 5 weeks is nothing. 5 weeks is, they call it, they are expunging the civil life in you. So the 5 weeks, you'll be running and shouting for 5 weeks. So it's not part of the training. That one is just to take out the civil life from, or civilian life from you. Okay? So it's small, it's very short. By the time you close your eye and open, you are gone. You are gone. So please take note that you are privileged and lucky. And I wish I was one of you. You understand? You are privileged and lucky. Your colleagues who are, some of them, last year, those who voluntarily applied were 10,000 plus. 10,000 plus, yes. They were over 10,000. Unfortunately, I'm not sure that they will be able to undertake the training before the national service window closes. But you are privileged because the window has been opened for you. Let me give you one example, and I'll bring this to a close, and then my colleague will come and tell you something. Look, you all agree with me that Ghana, we are surrounded, our neighbors, there's turmoil almost everywhere. Togo, Burkina Faso, Ivory Coast, all these countries are French-speaking countries, and it's not easy there. There are issues with them. Look at the Sahel region, from Mali, Burkina Faso, Guinea. These are our neighbors. The only place that we have is the Gulf. That's the sea. Or is it the Atlantic Ocean? That sea at Osu there, that is it. That's the only place that you and I, if there's a problem, we'll just run and go there. Me, I can't swim, and I'm sure some of you cannot swim. So if there's an issue, where are we going? And the reason is that you are not going for the military training to be soldiers or officers. No. It's for you to imbibe security. You have to be security conscious. We are not training you to become military men and women. No. The fact of the matter is that we need to conscientize you. Security, we create security awareness so that when you are in an environment, when you study the environment, you know what to do. And if there's a bad guy amongst you, you'll be able to identify the person for us to take him out. That's it. If somebody is welding a pistol, you'll be able to identify that somebody has a pistol, and then you can send a text message to your colleague, and we can come and arrest the person. If the person is having a grenade, you'll be able to identify what a grenade. A grenade is when you watch movies, that like the one like stone that they throw, and then the thing will blast. That is what we call grenades. When you see it, you don't take it. When you lift it, it will kill you. These are some of the things that we want to imbibe in you. You should know what booby traps are. You should know what improvised explosive devices, so that when you see this phone line on the ground, you won't pick it because it could be an IED. You will take it and all of us here will die. No. So when we take you through those ones and you see, and all the terrorists, they usually create the IED, that is the improvised explosive device. They make it attractive to the eye, so that when your eye spots it, you'll be compelled to go forward and pick it. Once you pick it, boom, you are dead. If you want to commit suicide, please don't add others. Just commit suicide alone. Okay, but don't kill others. So these are some of the things that we need to teach you. So that if you are in a bus traveling from Accra to Kumasi, and there's somebody holding a pistol, you don't call us and tell us that, oh, I've seen somebody holding a gun. No. A gun is the long one that Rambo and those people hold like this. No, don't tell us. And we'll take a whole company to come and just neutralize one person. No. It's waste of resources. But if you tell us that, oh, the person is having a pistol, because of the security awareness that you have, we'll know that, oh, if it's a pistol, then let's send about 6 or 4 people. Or we can send plainclothes people to go and disarm the person. And if you see a grenade to you, you know what to do. You call and give us the grid reference. Then we come, we mark it, and then we call the experts to come and take the bomb away. And you'll be taught map reading. Even those of you who did geography in the university, you are about how do you navigate with the map? You will say that your phone, you have everything there, Google Map. No. What about in the event that you don't have your phone, that your phone dies? What happens? You should know the direction of the sun, and where, if you are lost somewhere, you are kidnapped and you are sent somewhere, you will be able to tell us where you are and we can trace you. Or you can use some features around. The sun is coming from here, so I came from this side. So it means if the sun is coming from it's east, so my west is here, north is here, and this is south. These are the basic things that will teach you. That will enhance your life. It is not to train you to become soldiers. However, if you are done with the training and you want to join the military, the doors are open. Okay? And I've always said that the military is one of the best institutions that you can belong. And when you get there, I'm not just trying to praise the institution, but when you are inside, you understand what I'm saying. It is well structured. And you must be proud to belong to the Ghana Armed Forces. And as a citizen, you are qualified to be one. So please, that is the reason, not to train you to become soldiers, but to ensure that you imbibe these basic things that I've talked about. Is that okay? All right. So thank you very much for your rapt attention.
Right, so at this juncture, we invite the Deputy Director General for FNA to also address you. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you all. Okay, so as my name sounds, I deal with your welfare and then your finances. So like your lecturer who is in charge of psychology, is that it? Psychology and career counseling. All right, so like she said, if you are posted to the field and there's any problem with you, maybe somebody at the workplace is harassing you sexually, and don't get it wrong, sexual harassment happens to boys too. It's not only females that sexual harassment is always directed at. So somebody harassing you sexually, somebody maltreating you at the workplace, first thing to do is to report back to national service. And that is where FNA comes in. That is where HR comes in. That is where there's another section of national service called IPPRME. They take all your complaints. So we'll give you the phone calls, our hotlines, and everything before you are posted. So any treatment at all that is meted out to you, genuinely, not that you have to come and be reporting your boss because your boss looked at you in a way you don't like, no. But genuinely, things that infringes on your human rights, that is what you are supposed to report back to us. Because the moment you leave the school and we post you, you leave the care of the school. It is National Service Authority that takes care of you now, because now you become a national asset. So within that 1 year, you are serving for Ghana. You are not even serving for yourself. That is why anything that happens to you, government has to intervene. And so, like Colonel was saying, you are the first batch that will be undertaking the military orientation program. I'm a civilian, but then I'm a barracks boy. So if a soldier man tells you there will be a small drill, please prepare. It will be a drill. But the good news is that we'll take you through medical screening. So those with medical conditions like asthma and the rest that cannot withstand physical training, those people genuinely will be excused. And for this particular time, it is not mandatory. It is going to be voluntary. So during your registration, you will see on your screen, are you willing to be part of the military training program? If you click yes, that means you want to be part. So you'll be selected. But let me bring this caveat too. Because we say it's voluntary, if you all decide not to choose, no problem. We'll come to Ghana Gas, we'll come to airports, we'll come to Tema Oil Refinery, GMPC, all the government national security installations. Those of you who try and find yourself there, we'll come and select you. So if you like, don't choose, we'll choose for you. But the good news is that, like he's saying, it is an avenue to prepare you. And then national service, as we all know it now, is like a 1 year of working experience. So most of the companies and institutions demand your national service certificate because it is the practical experience for you after school. That is why you don't have to do petroleum engineering and you come and tell me you want to be posted to parliament. What are you going to do there? I don't know if you understand us. So this time around, we are posting you specifically based on the courses you studied. If you are doing political science and you want to be in parliament, no problem. If you are doing law and you want to be in parliament and see how they formulate bills and the rest, we don't have a problem with you. But geodetical engineering, Anglo Gold is there, Goldfields is there, and you say you want to be in parliament. At least could tell us you want to be at Minerals Commissioner. So those days are past. And now we don't even give you the choice. You only select your region. So if you are in Ashanti region and you want to be posted to a place within Ashanti region, when it comes to regional selection, don't think because you want to be at the headquarters of that particular institution, so you choose Greater Accra. If you choose Greater Accra, there is a higher probability that we will post you within Greater Accra. But you are also in Ashanti region. That is where you reside. I don't know if you understand me. Let's take, for example, an institution like MPA, EcoBank, Stanbic, Cocoa Board. They have regional offices. So if you did something on natural resources and you want to be with maybe Cocoa Board or Forestry Commission, tell us you are in Ashanti region. And if we look at your course and you did natural resources and there is vacancy at Ashanti Region Forestry Commission, we'll post you there. I don't know if you understand me. But if you choose Greater Accra, there is the tendency to post you within Greater Accra. That is where some of you start coming worrying us. No, I wanted Forestry Commission, Ashanti region. But in your choice of regions of residence, you chose Greater Accra. Or you chose Northern region. So let's make sure we get those things very clear. And then the corrections Kennel was talking about. You have from now to the end of this month, that is August. By September, when we start releasing the posting code, the PIN codes, by then it may be too late for you. So go to your academic office now, check if your name is properly spelled, then get them to correct it. If your date of birth there's an omission, get them to correct it here. But unfortunately now, I'm even told the list has already been submitted. So you go now, check the list that has been submitted. If there is any problem with your name, and your name doesn't match what is on the Ghana card, the best place to go now is the NIA office. So that you change what is on the Ghana card to match exactly what the school submitted. This is where the trick is. That is why I'm emphasizing that point. If you go and change your Ghana card to match what you want, it is still invalid. The system will not accept you. The system accepts just one thing. What the school gave us is what we have in our system now. So those of you who did IT, that is the source code. So all we need from you is to confirm with your Ghana card, which is the only confirmation identity we require. So the Ghana card is just telling the computer that Don Kofuseni speaking is the same person in the computer. Then it accepts it. But if there is even a latest omission, like he said, you are Kojo Mensa Opoku, and then your Ghana card is Opoku Mensa minus the Kojo. The picture is the same. In fact, the school is the same. The age is the same. But once Kojo is mixing, the computer will tell you, listen, I can even do this with AI. So until there is Kojo on that Kojo Opoku Mensa, you have all the three names, you are not the same person. Let's get that clear. And that is where we always have the problems. So the best thing now, if you go and check what the school has sent us, and it doesn't match what is on your Ghana card, immediately go make sure Ghana card gives you a card that matches exactly what the school brought. That way, once you input in our system, you don't have a problem. The system will accept you automatically. Last but not the least, most of you also like to be posted to government agencies. It is good to be at the government agencies. But if you ask me, it is better when you go to the private institutions or private companies because they give you better training. Goldfields is not Ghana government agency. So mostly they come to school during your level 400 and start poaching some of you. They approach some of you and start looking through your results, especially the first class students in engineering. If you are lucky to be on their list, what they do is that they will take you through another aptitude test. So if you come and tell us that we should post you to Goldfields Ghana, we don't have the authority over Goldfields Ghana to tell them we have posted this person, take the person. No. The best is they submitting your name to us that they want us to post you to them. That way it is easy. So if you have any lobbying to do, go and lobby Goldfields Ghana to tell National Service to post you to them. It is easier that way. The only places that we have authority to post is the government institutions. They are mandated by law to accept whoever we post to them. And even they, when it is full, they will start rejecting you. So if, let's say, all the database here decide that they all want to be at MPA, then MPA's capacity is maybe 100. Once MPA reaches 100, that is it. They will start calling National Service to say we can't take any more. So it means we have to repost everybody else to another place. That is why I say if you want to by all means be at MPA because you did something in petroleum, check your region. If there is an MPA regional office there, then choose that place and even approach them that you did this particular course. You want to come and do your service at their regional branch. Once the manager or the director there sends your name to us that they want you to be posted to that place, that is it. It makes work easier for us. The same way with the ports and harbors, VRAs, and all the other places. But if you come and put pressure on us, post us here, the tendency of you being rejected when we post you is very high. And like I said, most of the private institutions offer better training. Because I was just at Western Region. Some of your colleagues there at Talo, some at those guys service the oil and gas people. If you see what they are doing there, and while some of you are taking 715 cedis in Accra, they are taking 3,000 cedis there. Plus 1 year full medical insurance. And the tendency is that once they spend and train you, retaining you becomes very high for them. Because most of those companies, if you don't do your service with them, they will never employ you. And like I said, now national service is your practical after-school service. So most companies that demand 2 years experience, once you have national service certificate, they don't ask about experience again. That is why it is best you go to your area of studies. So please, this year, we wish you all very well. Those of you who can, prepare and choose the military training option. And then we also have agric projects as well. So those of you who also did agric, especially the agric engineers, we need a lot of you on our agric project sites as well. We have a farm right here. I think it's on your land, Papao, just after the place you are building your law faculty. We have animals husbandry farm there. So we need those who are also into agric. But then, understand this, if you choose the agric option, it means that you are availing yourself for us to post you to any of our agric farms or our agric project sites. You are not choosing agric because you are interested in agric as a hobby. So if you choose the agric, it means that once we are postings, we can decide to post you to any of our project sites. Last year, a lot of your colleagues came. I just chose agric, and before I realized, they posted me to a farm. Please, we are not doing online agric. We are doing practicals agric. So if you choose agric option, we'll take you to our project site. Thank you very much, and God bless us all.
All right, thank you very much, sir. So at this juncture, I will walk you through the online registration processes. So if you have your jotter or notepad, please, it is time to take some notes. I won't take much of your time. Right, so my bosses will have to exit the room. They have an equally important meeting they have to attend. So we will carry on. I believe permission is granted. All right, sir. Right. So kindly, your school authorities have already uploaded your class list. I believe you all got a text message informing you of your name, or your bio data, that's your name, date of birth. If you didn't get that message, it either means your name is not part of the list, or your phone number was wrong, or the email address was incorrect. Because we sent you text messages as soon as the list was uploaded. Then you have to check from your school authorities, because your name is supposed to be part of the list. If you didn't get the message, then there's a problem, all right? Right. Now, the essence of the list is to enable us generate what we call a PIN code for each and every one of you. You are going to use the PIN code to generate your NSS number based on which you'll be posted for service. The PIN code is simply an alphanumeric data that you will activate on the portal before you can register to have the NSS number. And before you can activate the PIN code, you need to pay an amount of 82 Ghana cedis before you can go into the portal to register. So kindly, this is where we are going to perform all the registration processes. Posting.gnsa.gov.gh. Please note it down. It's on your screen. Posting.gnsa.gov.gh. Posting.gnsa.gov.gh. Can I move on? Right. So once you land on the home page, you click on PIN code and enrollment. Click on PIN code and enrollment. PIN code and enrollment. Once you get there, you enter the combinations of your index number and date of birth. Enter the combinations of your index number and date of birth. Once you do that, and you entered the date of birth that was submitted by your school, as well as the index number that was submitted by your school, the system will generate the PIN code for you. Now, once you generate the PIN, you now have to activate it by paying the 82 Ghana cedis I spoke of. You can use any network of your choice. Any network of your choice. Any network of your choice, you can use it to make the payment, okay? Now, once the payment is completed, you will have to configure your account. So you need to do what we call the account configuration once you complete the payment, right? Now, to configure the account, you need to enter your email address, phone number, and create a password for yourself. Can we move on? So once that is done, your account or your portal will now be activated for you. Please, anytime you want to log into your portal, remember to enter these same credentials, your email address, and then the password you created for yourself. Just as you have with your school portal, it's the same process. Okay? So there's nothing difficult about this at all. Now, once you complete activating your account or configuring the account, the next step for you is to enter your Ghana card number. We need to be sure that you are not impersonating anyone. Please, before you enter your Ghana card number, you make sure you know the difference between 0 and O. They are not the same. Know the difference between 0 and O before you enter your Ghana card number. This is because once you input any wrong character there, the system will tell you student not found. That means you cannot register. But once you input your correct Ghana card number, our system will now do an analysis of your data. We will check your bio data as submitted by your school, whether it is the same person we are dealing with. Once we are able to prove that you are the same person, we need to verify your picture as well. So the system will ask you to take a picture. Once you take the picture will also go into the NIA database and confirm whether indeed the picture you have taken is the same person on the Ghana card. So when you are taking the picture, the system will give you instructions. Please read before you take the picture. For the ladies, kindly, when you are taking the picture, do not apply too much makeup. If there's a huge disparity between your physical look now and the picture on the Ghana card, there will be a problem for you. So you tone down the makeup a bit. And the gentlemen, if you are wearing beard, you must also check that. Because if you have beard at this current stage, but on your Ghana card you don't, you may have a challenge. Where you yourself realize that your actual looks now is not the same as you have on the Ghana card, please go back to the NIA office and let them update the picture for you. You don't need to come to NSA. So you simply will have to go back to NIA for them to update the picture. Maybe you may have taken the picture when you were much younger, and now there's a vast difference. So kindly take notes of that. Right. Once we complete your identity verification, the system will now grant you access to fill the actual form. So on the form, I will walk you through a few things you need to understand. The rest are just very simple things you can understand on your own. Please, we need you to input your residential address. Once we say we need your residential address, kindly do not type PO Box. That is a postal address. We need your residential address. And this is how we want you to capture it for us. So for instance, I live at Abokobi. So you say Abokobi. Then you give us the name of a relative permanent landmark. So you can say Abokobi opposite the Zimmerman Presbyterian Church. Don't tell us Abokobi opposite where the Cocoa Seller is. We need something permanent. Now, for the ladies, the kind of residential address you input in the system will influence where you are posted. If you are a married woman, you are a nursing or lactating mother, we wouldn't want to post you far from your husband. We want both of you to have access to one another at all times. So we make sure we post you within the community where you live. We even go to the extent of asking you to bring an institution where you want to do your service within the community, so you can have ample time for the family. Okay, so the way you input your residential address will actually play a role at where you are posted. Now, in case at the point of filling the form now, you are not married, or you are not a pregnant woman, or you are not a nursing or lactating mother, but in the course of the service, when postings are released, and any of this happens to you, simply come back to the office with an evidence. We will change the posting for you. You don't need to contract anybody. Just walk into any of our offices with the evidence, and we will change the posting to post you back to your community so you can have ample time for the family. You must also know your GPS address. You input that on the system. You must also know the name of the district where you live. It's very important. Then we go to your employment history. If you are here and you are permanently working before coming to read this course, the good news for you is that you can apply to be exempted from national service. If you are already working, you were fully employed before you came to school, you can apply after you have filled the form and the postings are out. You can come to the office and apply to be exempted from national service, and we will award you an exemption certificate which carries the same weight as the national service certificate. All right, so you take note of that. However, if you still want to do the service, you can go ahead. Now, with your employment history, the system will ask you whether you are currently employed. If you are doing attachment or internship, please, you are not employed. When you get there, you will say no. But where you are gainfully employed and your organization is paying your SNIT, because we will ask you to provide evidence. You will not just say you are employed and then the system will let you move on. You must upload an evidence such as your SNIT records or your pay slip or your appointment letter. Once you say yes, then the system will now give you access to input the name of the place where you are working. If that organization is already in our database, we will post you there. Once we post you there, every month you will pay to National Service Authority 10% administrative charges. The 10% is calculated off the rate of the National Service Allowance, not 10% of your salary. Rather, 10% calculated off the rate of the National Service Allowance, which is currently 715 cedis. So you will pay 10% of that to NSE. Now we are doing this because we don't want you to lose your employment. So we will send you back to the same organization. Therefore, yours is going to be a mere formality for you to obtain your National Service certificate. Please, if you are working already, don't take this for granted. You need to do your service. Because we have a standard and enforcement office that will come to your organization to check your national service status. If you haven't done your national service and a company has employed you, you are going to be sued as well as the directors of your company. From here, kindly take the trouble to read Act 1119 of 2024. So you know everything concerning national service. It's very important. You have to read the new National Service Act. We also ask whether you have any form of physical disability. Please, if you know any student here who has that condition, carry the message along. We are organizing a job and training fair with the British Council. I think we have some data from Legon already, but I'm sure that may not be exhaustive. So before the national service starts, we are going to have that training for our dear brothers and sisters who have any form of disability. So kindly inform them when they are filling the form and they get to this section, they should say yes and then indicate the form of disability. We will contact them for them to be part of the training. We also ask whether you have any health condition. Please, over here for the ladies, once you get here, I ask about your health condition. If you are pregnant, a nursing or a lactating mother, kindly indicate yes. Once you do that, as I said earlier, we will look at the residential address you provided and post you within your community. Now, if you have any terminal illness, that will also warrant you to seek medical attention on a regular basis. You must also indicate here so that we know the kind of place we will post you to. That is also very important. Now, in case you are posted to a place that you cannot access the building, you must come back to us to tell us. We'll change the posting for you as well. If you are interested in military training, please you indicate. Now, the military training is such that once you are at the training, we will still pay you your monthly allowance. The training is part of your national service, so we will still pay you your monthly allowance. If you are interested in agriculture, you indicate. Now, please take the trouble to fill this form yourself, because any information you put here, you'll be responsible for it. There is nothing like, oh, I asked a friend to fill it for me. We will not accept that. You will have to take responsibility. Once we have made it accessible for you to do it by yourself. Once you are done, you will have to select 3 regions of your choice. Now, the 3 regions you have to select, for those of us who may be working already, you must choose the region in which your organization is located. So, for instance, if you work at GRA, Greater Accra, then let Greater Accra be your first choice region. Then you can choose 2 other regions which will not really matter. But kindly note that you cannot choose one region 3 times. The moment you select one region, the next choice it will be out. So take note of that. Same applies to those who have the health condition as I narrated. You must also choose the region in which you live with your husband or with your case, or the region in which you seek medical attention. That is very important. Then you also choose 2 other regions, which again will not really matter. For those of us who are neither employed nor fall under the health condition, please, you must be careful of your choices. This is because the system is said that just as you have the school selection project, if you select 2 grade A schools and you miss out on the first grade A, it will be difficult for you to get a second grade A school. So I advise that when you choose a region like Greater Accra, don't choose Ashanti as your second. Because a lot of people are also going to choose Ashanti region as their first choice. So if you don't get Greater Accra, by the time we roll you over to Ashanti, that place would have been full. Then we have to look at your third choice. If your third choice was a region like Western region or Eastern, there will also be a challenge for you, because a lot of people are also going to choose these regions as their first. So please be mindful of your choices. It's just an advice, so just take note of that. We also have industrial preferences. So we have, if you want to be posted to the educational sector, health, private sector, local government, NSS support, agric and agribusiness. So we have several models. Urban traffic management. Any of the models that you prefer, kindly choose so that we'll be guided during the deployment. You must also provide your personal payment account. And that is why ABSA is also here. In case you want salary advance, they are here to assist you. They are available on the dashboard. You can apply for salary advance if you want to. But then once you are filling the form, you need to input your bank account number, so that in case you are posted to the government sector, we will use that particular information to process your payment for you. So you take note of that. Now, once you are done, the form is such that you cannot go back to change anything again once you submit. Therefore, we have given you a preview page where you can go over the whole thing again to check. If you wish to effect any change, you simply click on previous. The system will take you to the previous page to enable you to effect your changes. However, if you are okay with the information as provided, then you may go ahead and submit the form. Once you submit the form, the system will now generate your NSS number for you. Once you have the NSS number, if you have any institution that wants to host you for your national service, simply send that form to them that contains your NSS number and let them either go to our portal and place the request there directly, or they can write officially and you may bring the letter to us, or they can send any of their staff members to bring it to us. Or they can send us an email. So there are several choices that the company can use to submit their request. Okay, so you take note of that. Now, so once you complete this registration, you will now have access to your dashboard. The dashboard is just like your student portal, as I alluded to earlier. Right, so this is the interface of your dashboard. And this is where you are going to do everything concerning national service. Remember, to be able to access the dashboard, you have to use the credentials that you provided when you were setting up or you were activating your account. The email address you provided, and then the password you created for yourself. That is what you are supposed to use. So this process should not take you more than 5 minutes. It should be done. Within 5 minutes, you should be done with this. Now let's look at how we are going to assess our posting. These are all interfaces of the dashboard, so you can take a look at it. Now, once the postings are done, first of all, we will send you an email to indicate to you where you have been posted. Please, if you are here and you know you'll be selected as a TA, make sure you register early. Hopefully by next week the PIN code should be out. Make sure you register early and give your NSS number to your department for them to forward it to your Human Resource Directorate. This is because if we don't get your list early and we push you to a private company, I'm afraid we cannot change it for you back to Legon. And again, for those of you who will be selected as TAs and you still go ahead to give your NSS numbers to other private institutions or other government institutions, once we post you as a teaching assistant, your posting is locked. Your students here are fond of giving their NSS numbers to multiple institutions. So your postings will be dangling around. Today the posting will be at University of Ghana. The next day the posting is at EcoBank. The next day is at GCB. We are not going to entertain that. So if you really want to do your service with a particular institution, just give your NSS number to only that institution for us to post you. Once we receive the list early, everything will be fine. You'll be rest assured that you'll be posted back to your school as a TA or as administrative support. So kindly take note of that. So you will have to, once you receive the email, you will have to log into your dashboard to be able to access your posting. So log into your dashboard to be able to access your posting. Once you log in, you will see posting letter. You click on it to print the posting letter. Once you print it, your first point of call is the place where you have been posted to. So again, let's assume you've been posted back here as a teaching assistant. You print and bring the letter to your head of department or whoever is responsible for national service persons here to endorse the letter for you. The endorsement will come in the form of the signature of the person, stamp and date. Please, without this, your letter has not been endorsed and therefore you cannot be validated. Now, once you do that, you go back to your dashboard to book an appointment. We don't want a situation whereby we know clearly that we can only attend to 200 people in a day, yet we will allow 5,000 people to come there. That's not good. So we have instituted what we call the appointment system, where you are supposed to, after your organization has endorsed the letter for you, you go back to the dashboard and book an appointment before you come to the NSA registration center. For Greater Accra, we have 6 registration centers. If you are posted to University of Ghana, your registration center will be at the premises of Legon Presec. That is where you are going to register. So if you are posted within Ghana East, Shai Osudoku, Lankwantana, Madina, your center is here. You will be registering here. So please don't just get up and follow a friend. Once you book the appointment, the system will give you the GPS address of the place where you are supposed to go for your registration. And without the appointment, you cannot be attended to. So make sure you book the appointment before you proceed to your center. Okay? As I said, we have 6 centers. So depending on which district you are posted, we call them zonal centers. So when you book the appointment, you will see the directions and then you follow suit. Now, when you get to your registration center, please open your eyes. There is insurance. It is not compulsory. Some people may mislead you into thinking that the insurance is part of the process. It is not. It is optional. So when you get there, anything that anybody gives to you to sign, please read. Don't append your signature to anything without reading. Read. Once they give you anything to sign, read. I beg of you. If you are interested, you sign up. If you are not, you tell them you are not interested. It is not part of the registration process. But some people may mislead you into believing that it is part of the process. So please take note of that. Now, once the process is completed, you'll be given 3 sets of appointment letters. You are supposed to keep the original one, then you send 1 copy to the organization where you have been posted, then you send 1 copy to your NSA district office. So your posting will come with the region where you have been posted as well as the district. So you send 1 of the photocopies to your district office. If you are posted to Legon, your district office is simply Legon Presec. It's not too far from you. We are hoping that this year you'll give us an office here. So we take you from the stress of crossing the road to submit your forms. If you're able to get an office, then we'll move it here. Since we have a chunk of the numbers on campus, so things will be much easier for you. Right. Now, if you are posted to the government sector, please do not start work until you complete this process of booking the appointment and going to your registration center to validate your posting. This is because we will only pay you based on the date that you came to register with us. So don't let anybody deceive you into believing that, oh, you can start work and then later on National Service will pay you. It will not happen. I'm sorry, it will not happen. So until you come to our registration center to validate your posting and submit a copy to your district office, please don't start work, else you will work for free. Now, I told you for the appointment you are going to book, you are at liberty to choose the date and time that you want to come to us. But we are also going to pay you based on the date you came to us and not on the date you started work in your institution. So just as your school offered you admission, if you don't register, do you become a student? So the same thing we are doing here. You must register with us for us to know that indeed you have accepted the posting. So they are in 2 levels. Number 1, your institution or the user agency must endorse your letter. The endorsement tells us that they have accepted you. Then the second level is that you must now tell us that, okay, I have indeed accepted the postings. And that is why you must come to our office and register. We call it postings validation. You need to validate your posting for us to know that indeed now you have accepted the posting fully and you are at post. So we are going to pay you based on that date. That is why I am stressing that do not start work. If anybody tells you start work and then go and validate later, I'm sorry, you would have worked for free. Nobody is going to pay you. Because your monthly evaluation forms will come out based on the date you registered. Now, you make sure that you validate your posting between 1st and 15th of the month. This is because for national service, this is how we calculate our month. So let's assume this year, service begins 1st October. So 1st October to 15th October is the end of October for us. Therefore, if you register on the 16th October, you don't qualify to be paid October allowance. 16th October is the first working day of November. I take it again. We calculate our month this way. 1st of the month to 15th is the end of the month. 16th of the month is the first working day of the ensuing month. Therefore, if you register on the 16th October, you have registered against the first working day of November. Hence, you cannot be paid October allowance. You don't qualify. Are we clear on that? I don't want a situation whereby you come to the office and come and tell me that your monthly evaluation form did not appear and you have not been paid. Before you come, check the date you registered. And again, the form will appear on the 15th. As I said, 15th is the end of that particular month. Between 15th and 20th of the month, if you fail to print the monthly evaluation form, it will disappear and you will not have access to it again. So you must print the form between the 15th of the month to 20th. After 20th, the form will disappear. I hope you are taking note. Because if you don't print that form and submit to your district office, you cannot be paid. You must print that form and give it to your immediate supervisor or whoever is responsible for you to fill the form. Once he or she is done, you are to return that form to your NSA district office for them to capture it on the system. And we have made it such a way that once you log on to your dashboard, you'll be able to follow the trail of where your monthly evaluation form has got into. So this process is going to be for only those who will be posted to the government sector. If you are posted to the private sector, you will not be printing this form. So this is going to be a monthly ritual. Once you are posted to what we call the subvented category. So for instance, if you are posted back here, you are going to be under the subvented category. So every month on the 15th, you have to print that form, give it to your supervisor to fill it. Once he's done, you return it to your NSA district office for them to capture it. Now, a colleague cannot submit for you. Every month, when you send the form, we will take a picture of you. And that picture will be recorded on your dashboard as well. And we are going to take your biometrics every month. So we are fully assured that you are indeed at post. So you must send that form in person. nobody can submit on your behalf. No, it will not work that way. So please take note of that. So as I said, this process of submitting the monthly form is only for those who will be posted to the government institutions. If you are posted to the private sector, your letter will read as non-subvented. Once you see non-subvented, it simply means that the organization at which you have been posted will be responsible for the payment of your monthly allowance. Now, I told you earlier that if after you have registered and gotten your NSS number, if you have any institution that wants to host you for your national service, you simply take a letter from them and bring it, and we'll post you there. If you are bringing such a letter from any private entity, please note this. That private entity will be responsible for the payment of your monthly allowance, as well as the payment of 20% administrative charges to NSE. So every month, the least they can pay you is the 715 cedis. They can decide to pay you 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, no problem. They will still pay 20% calculated off the rate that we indicated in the letter. So if the allowance is 715 or 1,002 or 1,003 or 1,005, they will pay the 20% on that rate and not the money they pay to you. And they are not supposed to pay you less than what we have stated in your letter. However, if you decide to play truancy and they tell us that you are not coming to work, therefore that is the reason why they paid you that amount, we cannot hold them to it. Because you have to be punctual at work. All right. Then, if you are posted to the third category, which will read employed NSP, already on salary from employer, this also means that national service is not going to pay you anything. Rather, on a monthly basis, you will pay to the authority 10% administrative charges calculated on the rate of the national service allowance, not 10% of your salary. I repeat, it is 10% calculated off the rate of the national service allowance, but not 10% of your salary. I hope we are all clear. Great. All right. Then there's the final form, which all of us will print, but that form will be available at the tail end of your service period. So let's say when you begin the service in October, the following year, by September, that form will be available for all of us. It is called Annual Evaluation Form. Annual Evaluation Form. That form will be available for all of us. Now, once that form appears, you print it and give it to your head of department or your immediate supervisor to also assess you. Once he or she is done, please return the form to your NSA district office for them to capture it. Until you submit this form, you cannot be awarded certificate. Until you submit your annual evaluation form, you cannot be awarded certificate. So please take note of that as well. Now, in case you urgently need your certificate for a purpose, however, it is not printed for you yet, you can go to the website and apply for e-certificate. You can generate an e-certificate for you once you have submitted your annual evaluation form, but your certificate has not been printed yet. So take note, you can apply for e-certificate only when you have submitted your annual evaluation form, but your certificate has not been printed yet. Now again, if you are here and you will be 40 years by 1st October when service begins, you can also apply to be exempted from national service. If you'll be 40 years by the time service begins this year, after filling the form, you can go online to our website to apply to be exempted from national service. And again, we will award you an exemption certificate. So you take note of that. But that is optional. If you are 99 years and you still want to do the service, please, you can go ahead and register to do it. Nobody will stop you. But if you are 40 and you want to opt out, that is an option you can exercise. But it will come at a fee. It's not for free though. So take note of that. Now, we also have what we call deferment of service. If by the time you complete your first degree, you have gotten the opportunity to read further studies, let's say you want to pursue your master's right away, you can apply to us to defer your service for a maximum of 5 years. We will give you 5 years. If you want to do your master's, go and continue. If you want to do your PhD, proceed and finish. When you are done, then you can come in to do your national service. But at all material times, please write to us first. If you wish to defer and pursue further studies, write to us first before you go and let us approve it. If the second one is that if you are trailing some courses and you need to focus on your academic work, you can equally apply to us to hold on to your national service until such time when you have written and passed your papers. But then, you can no longer come through your school again. If you are coming in, you have to come in as a private candidate. Your school cannot submit your details there again. If you also have a health condition that will not warrant you to undertake the service, you can equally write to us to defer the service until such time when you are fully fit to undertake your national service. So please take note of that. Then we also have maternity leave for the ladies. In the course of the service, if you take seed and you deliver your baby, you can apply for 3 months maternity leave. If the condition is still not favorable to you, you can write to us again with all the necessary medical documents for us to extend it for you, or the Board of National Service can decide that your condition, considering the number of months you have done already, we will exempt you from national service. So those are rights you can exercise. And that is why I urge you to read the National Service Act, Act 1119. From here, kindly download it and read and acquaint yourself with your rights and responsibilities as a service person. It's very important. Okay. Right. Then we also have the terminal leave. The service is 12 months, but technically you are going to do 11 months. The 12 months is your terminal leave. Now, for the terminal leave, for those of us who will be posted to the government sector, we will pay you for the leave and also pay you your TNT, both in and out, depending on which region you came from to do your service. In addition to your 2 luggages, we will pay that money to you, so you go back home successfully. That is an option you have there that we are going to do for you. Now, if you are posted to the private sector and under 12 months, they ask you to still stay on and work, then they are supposed to pay you double of the allowance. This is because once your terminal leave is up, they are supposed to pay you for the leave. So if they ask you to stay on and work, then they are supposed to pay you double of that allowance. So you need to tell them that this is the rules and regulations from national service before you accept to stay on. Right. At this juncture, I believe I can safely end the presentation here and attempt to answer your questions if you have any for us. Thank you for your attention. Any question? Oh, we are good.
Okay. Please, my question is, assuming that, let's say I apply to a private institution, and then I haven't gotten any feedback, then I apply to a government institution. I don't know if that one will create a problem, let's say when it comes to my posting. So that's my first question.
Okay, should I take that? So before that, if you are posted and you go to the organization and they tell you there is no vacancy, please, there must be an indication on your form that you have indeed gone to that organization. So they can stamp your letter and say no vacancy or indicate the reason for which they cannot take you there. Once that is done, you can return your form to any of our regional offices. If you are in Greater Accra, you can come. Your first point, of course, should be your regional office. You can take it there. If the headquarters is closer to you, you can equally send a letter to the headquarters. If the organization delays in signing your form, well, as I said, until they write to us that they cannot take you, we will not be able to change your postings. So they will have to show an indication to us that you have been there, but they cannot accommodate you before we can change the posting for you.
All right. Thanks for the presentation. I have 3 questions. So first one, what happens if I am on my center and then I enroll for the training? So I'll be going to the camp, right? That I have to do the validation at the end of the month, but I'm temporarily outside my posting center. What happens in that period? Because maybe the camp where I will be going to is far away from my center, where I am posted, where I work. What happens? And also, I want to understand if there is any other financial commitment apart from the amount you pay for the people.
Come again.
Is there any other financial commitment apart from the amount you pay to register? Yeah, thank you. The third one will be dependent on.
Oh, okay. Then let me take it right away. Right. So once you are at the military training, there will be a special dispensation for you. What will happen is that if you are within the same catchment area, that is the district office, the district manager will be allowed to bring the device to your training center to validate you. And your posting is assured. The training is very important to us. So we make sure that for those of you who will be going for the training, we will give you a special dispensation when it comes to that. Apart from the 82 cedis, there is no other financial commitment. The only financial commitment will be on the part of those who are already employed, as I explained. Every month, they will have to pay 71 cedis. That is, if the rate of the allowance remains 715. Apart from that money, you are not supposed to pay any other money to anybody again. Yes. So your follow-up question. Yeah, okay. All right.
Okay, so everyone mentioned that there are 2 offices, 2 different offices, the district and then the regional. So, and you mentioned that there is monthly evaluation of our activity that we're doing in the company. So it means that we have to go to the district office to submit the form.
Yeah, the monthly form. You submit it to your district office every month.
So I want to know the other services that the regional office offers for personnel. Maybe if they are also allowed, or we are allowed to submit some of these forms to the regional offices, or it is only based on the district.
No, the form is only to the district office. So it's a process. Your regional district manager will have to capture the form it will not come to regional office for the internal auditor to process it from that level before it gets to headquarters. So you don't submit the form to the region, it's only to the district office.
Okay. And we also explained that the form should be submitted monthly, right? And as my brother said, maybe there might be some instance where maybe from the place that you are to the district office might be very far.
No, that does not exist.
Send it there, or
That is why we have made it district by district. So all the districts in Ghana here, we have an office. So there should be nothing like where you are is too far.
but you know, since there are options for private sectors, maybe there could be some option for government sectors too as well. Because you know that the private sectors don't have to submit any form.
Yes.
They just have to do everything online. So if those systems could be replicated in the government sector too as well.
Well, maybe one day we'll get there, but for now we need to be sure that you are physically there. But we are thinking about that. It's in the pipeline. So once we're able to have a fix for it, we'll roll it out. So you have to rectify that with NIA. You need to, it's very important. Please, from here, pursue that. Because other than that, you have a challenge. Okay. But the thing is that, on your Ghana card, mail, wow. Well, you know what, you pursue that, but I don't think we will focus so much on that. But still pursue it to make those changes for you. Yeah. Okay. Any other?
Please, my question is regarding the military training. So, if you are working in the private sector and you opt to partake in the military training, who pays you within that period? Will it be in the government institution or will you still be paid by your private institution?
Yeah, so if you are posted to private, that will be borne by the private company. But you know, typically, if you are not making an input to that private organization, I don't think they will agree to pay. But we will have to structure that with them. Don't worry, this is a very important question. But I would have loved that most of you will come from the government sector. But your question is very important. I think we will discuss it further with the private company. So let me just note it down. Any other?
Yeah, so I have a question, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, so please, I have two questions. My first question is, when will the NSS start? Is it October 1st or November 1st?
No, for this year, tentatively, service will begin first week of October. By that time, you would have completed school. You will be done in September.
So first week of October.
Yes, when still writing exams then.
Okay.
So is that the case? Okay, when we are done, we'll look at it. All right.
Okay, and sir, about the PIN code. I was asking, when will the PIN code be done? Because in the presentation, you said the PIN code should be out by next week, hopefully.
So you are asking me when it will be out?
Yes, please.
Oh, then I already answered your question. Oh.
Next week.
Yeah, I already answered it.
All right. Bro, I wanted to confirm.
Hopefully by next week it should be ready.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. I don't get your question. I don't think you understood what I said. I said if the service is 12 months, but technically you are doing 11. But on the 12 months, which is your terminal leave, if the company decides that you should still work for them, then they are supposed to pay you double of the allowance. Yes. Okay. Madam wants to ask a question. Yes, so you must write to us and provide a reason why you cannot do your service this year. Yeah. Good afternoon. Yeah, so it depends on which of the associations you belong to. Is it the Allied Health Council or Medical and Dental Council? Which of them? Yeah, so they submit their own list to us. So the catch is this. If you know you'll be going that path, then it's not necessary for you to do your national service now. You can defer it because once you have done it already and the council brings your name again, that will be treated as part of your academic work and not national service. Therefore, we will not pay you for allowance. Yeah, so if you know you want to go that path, don't do the service now. So that once you are done with your academic work, you go through the MDC. Yeah. Right. Oh, your hand was up. Yes. Oh, microphone.
Thank you.
In front.
Okay, so please, my question concerning assessing and posting after posting some release, you made mention of going to the institution you were posted for their signature and their stamp to confirm that you were working there. But I didn't catch the procedure you have to go to read from the institution when next you go to take your postings. I didn't get that. So if you could go right.
Okay, so I said that once you receive your posting, you go to your portal or the dashboard. Once you get to the dashboard, you click on posting letter to print. Once you print it, you now proceed to the place where you have been posted. Once you get there, you have to endorse the letter to show that they have accepted you. Once that is done, you go to your dashboard to book an appointment to go to any of our centers to validate your posting. Are we okay on that? Yes. That is yet to be determined. So when you apply, you see it on your dashboard. The rate to be stated there is yet to be determined. I'm sure we can take the last one, then we can call it a day. Shall we take the last one?
Please, I want to ask if payment comes at the beginning of the month or at the end, because I usually hear analysts complain that they don't be paid for the past month, like 2 months or so. And are you the one to blame or you are to blame the institution you are working at?
Okay, so there are two sides to it. Number one is that people don't understand our calendar, and that is why I took my time to explain to you. Okay. I said that our month is 1st to 15th. So until apart from the first month that you are going to have 15 days, the rest of it, you should have your normal 23 to 24 working days in a month. The other side is that National Service can only pay your allowance when controller releases money to us. It's not like we have the money seated in our account and we are not paying you. Controller has to release the money to NSA, just as they do for all government workers. So once the money is released by controller, that is where we are able to pay you. So that is how it works. But at times, what happens is that the number of people who submit their list for a particular month is so low that if you decide to pay, there will be chaos. So let's say you are paying about 50,000 people, and then you have only 1,000 that have submitted the list, their monthly forms. We will have to wait. Other than that, there will be questions from controller. November, you said 20,000. December, you have brought 5,000. January, you sent a different figure. So you see, it must be within a certain range. So if we have a good number of people that have submitted and controller has released the money, we simply go ahead and pay you. So please make sure you submit your monthly forms on time. All right. On that note, I believe we can draw the curtains down for today's session. So thank you. If you have any issue, you can reach out to us at the headquarters or any of our regional or district offices. All right. Thank you.
All right, so before we leave this place, I would like to, on behalf of the Director of Academic Affairs, assure every final year student that we have submitted your data for processing to facilitate your onboarding onto this year's National Service. For those of you who still require modifications to your biodata, you can contact the Office of the Director at aad@ug.edu.gh. You will be taken through the necessary processes to enable you to do updates to your data. At this point, I would also want to say a very big thank you on behalf of the University of Ghana to the officers of the National Service Authority, the entire team. We are grateful for your guidance and your usual education on this matter. So thank you very much, sirs. And to our final year students, we wish you the very best in the rest of the year. Have a good day.